Welcome to Mobster Dragon, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Chris.
Alright, so in a previous video I mentioned you could find that guy that was on the lunar base at the crashed escape pod in this area. Now I actually did find it when I was working on some leveling up earlier. So you're gonna want to equip Encounter None, and then just continuously interact with the environment at the southern tip of this peninsula. It's called the Abaddon Plains. And, wait, let me find it again. You can play this guy for the Alexander card, which I actually did. It was not very easy, but it's a pretty good card. Probably won't be using it, but, you know, nice to have. So for this video, we are going to be doing the UFO Encounter side quest. Get in there! Get the hell in there!
Having difficulty?
Alright, now to start off the quest, you have to encounter the UFO in these 4 predetermined locations, and then fight it in a 5th predetermined location.
Are you going to Winhill first?
I am going to go to Winhill first. Now, we actually already accidentally ran into one of these encounters already. Where over here did you say you found it?
In one of the darker patches of grass?
Yeah. Now, I'd written down from a previous playthrough of the game that somewhere in the brown grass around here in Winhill, you will run into it. What you want to do is equip Diablos' Encounter None ability. And then, if you do get into an encounter, you'll know it's the UFO. There's no fight involved. It'll just fly by, and that's it.
This one in particular is carrying a cow.
Yes, it's also carrying a different item each time. Alright, now this next encounter, if I'm correct, should be on this beach right here.
You sure?
I know it's on a beach east of Timber. Yep, see? Because I have Encounter None equipped. This shouldn't be happening otherwise. And no enemies shown up.
I thought it was on the Balaam Beach.
I did too.
Easter Island head?
I wasn't aware Easter Island was even in this game. Be an interesting Easter egg. If it were.
Easter Island, Easter egg.
I didn't even realize what I had done there. Thank you for pointing that out. Alright, the next one, and this one I believe is the most annoying. It's in Kashkabal Desert, which is the large desert to the west of Cactar Island. I say it's annoying because Kashkabal is a rather large area. I'm not entirely sure where exactly here it does show up, or if it can show up anywhere. Oh, that was easy.
That UFO sure gets around.
I figured it was on the western end of it, but I didn't think it would happen that easily. I've had, in previous attempts, this has taken me hours before.
There goes the pyramids.
Alright, well maybe hours is an exaggeration, but the point is it's taken me a long time in the past.
Anyway, interesting thing about Easter Island is that it's 100% uninhabitable. Because the previous residents chopped down all the trees, making the ground unstable.
So you can't plant anything there?
No.
Alright, now where that one is usually the most annoying one to find the UFO, this next one I believe is the most annoying location to find. Alright, so it's in an area called Heath Peninsula. The problem with that is I'm not entirely sure where that is. I think it's actually... I've written down from a previous attempt at this that it's a small gray island east of the peninsula. I think this might be it, actually. Oh, look at that. This is happening really easily.
The only thing that does grow is grass.
Seriously, that was way easier than it should have been. It happened right as soon as...
What? Is it taking a crop circle?
How is it carrying a crop circle? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, if you hadn't noticed, I had spent some time since the last video leveling everyone up to max out of terrifying fear of ruby dragons, so did a lot of that on the island closest to hell, which is right here. Kill a monster there, you stand to get probably around 1100 experience per kill if it's like it's a hexadragon or something like that. Shoot, was that all of them? Alright, now, for the 5th encounter, which is actually a fight, we're gonna go to the...
You pass by the Laguna area.
Oh, yeah. So that area where Laguna and Kiros... Where is it? Right here.
There.
This area where Laguna and Kiros fought the, fought that ruby dragon is actually right here. Let's actually go in there. See what there is to be found. Not sure why this music's playing. There's the
save point.
Now, there probably is a hidden draw point around here somewhere, but I would not know where it is.
There's probably encounters here.
Yeah, but I still have encountered none on. I don't feel like fighting anything here. Yeah, you may recall Laguna saw Lunatic Pandora way over there in his time here. And you come out the other end on the, yeah, you'll notice over here, you can see the, that giant crater that you could not traverse with Balaam. Now, actually, I read somewhere that this crater was actually caused by an Estarian test of Lunatic Pandora, which is what it was doing that time Laguna saw it here.
Is that even anywhere in the game?
What?
That information.
I don't believe so. I just read this somewhere.
That must have been in some...
I imagine someone probably just explained it at whatever point. But yeah, that crater for the story really does nothing more than just prevent you from getting the S-Star too early. Money. Actually, can you even get to S-Star from here? I mean, I know this is technically S-Star, but can you get to the city? Oh,
No.
Yeah, I suppose you can. I'm not sure if you could... I don't think you could walk through that, but...
I used to think those were fencings.
Yeah, I just like to fly through them. Alright, so the last encounter with the UFO, the one where you fight it... Well, I shouldn't say... Is that not gonna go away?
I think you broke the game, Jeffrey.
Whoops. Alright, so it's somewhere up here that you end up fighting it. Okay, it's... Where is it? It's supposed to be north of Granddaddy Forest's Chocobo Forest. There it is. Alright, so this Chocobo Forest is actually the last one you access as part of the Chocobo Forest side quest. You can only get there via Chocobo, and you can get the Chocobo card while you're in there. Actually, nothing's stopping you from going there now, but there's nothing to do there until you do all of them. Alright.
And now you just run around.
Alright, I'm not sure if Encounter None will still allow us to run into it here. I'm gonna keep it on anyway. But just in case, I'm going to equip Mug. So I'm not sure what this thing has. There we go. I don't think there's anything about it that's too threatening. So, you shouldn't have to worry about many preparations or anything.
What can you draw, cast?
Demi.
Well, that sure wasn't...
It does not have many hit points, and Irvin did hit it really hard.
Now, how could you possibly see where it crashed?
Well, with that kind of impact, I suppose we'll be looking for a crater. And where, pray tell, is the most noticeable crater, other than that one we were just looking at? The Balaam Garden Crater. The alien is actually right there as we speak. Let's see here.
Don't forget to equip someone.
Yeah,
with
before you go over there, ensure that someone has the item ability, and make sure that you have 5 elixirs, I think it is. It says buy a couple more just in case. God, those are expensive.
Mega elixirs do not count.
Yeah, I've tried that before, using a Mega Elixir on it, which are, ironically enough, easier to get if you had the Bahamut card. They do not count. Now, the only reward you get from using these elixirs on the alien, PuPu, are to get its card, which is a level 5 monster card. You can't get it any other way. It is terrible. It has a 1, a 3, a 2, and then an ace, but that's really all it's got.
That's unusual.
Not sure what
has
it.
an ace.
Not sure what it refines into.
I think it refines into Hungry Cook Pot.
Oh right, yeah, and Hungry Cookpot, that teaches Devour, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, so you could teach 2 people Devour. The other person would have to have Eaten, though.
But I think Hungry Cook Pot itself refines into something nice.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Alright, here it is. Now you can kill it. It'll go down, like, really easy. It has, like, 5 hit points, I think.
You won't get the card.
Oh, he said please. That's nice of him.
I thought it said, "Give me elixir."
Yeah, it only has, like, 10 hit points. If you beat him up, you do get an accelerator, which I think...
Its eyes are scribbles.
Which I think refines into a bunch of haste, maybe? Alright, I'm giving it to you. Calm down. Jesus. It's never enough for you, is it? Asshole. You know how much these things cost? You son of a bitch. You cute little bastard.
Let's see, it's suspected that PuPus are actually evil.
Yeah, wasn't there something to say that they were trying to destroy the world or something?
They're planning an invasion or something. And that the elixir plays a part in it.
Where did we read that? It was in one of the Final Fantasy games. Oh my god, that's just so precious. And he even has manners.
I remember it being impatient.
Yeah, I'm not sure, I think it might actually go away if you take too long. I'm not sure of that. Level 5 monster. And there it is. Let's refine that. Mod. Blah, blah, blah. PuPu. Let's find that item.
We're not gonna use it anyway.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna use it.
We have a 4 jet engines. Uh-oh.
Yes, we do. They do refine into a bunch of hastes, I believe. There it is. Yeah, it does teach the Devour ability.
You can raise your stats by devouring monsters, but sometimes it'll only heal you or
yeah, I've read that you can
damage and poison
I've
you.
read you can actually max out your stats without having to use junction abilities, but as I also understand, that takes a very long time, so whether or not you want to go to the trouble is very much up to you. But that's actually, this video actually took a bit way less time than I thought it would.
Even though we took that detour.
Yeah, even with that detour, it's still under the amount of time that I thought it would take. But, thanks for watching, I guess. Now, there's not many other side quests that are even worth doing at this point. I'm probably going to do the Chocobo Forest still. I want to get Eden from Ultimate Weapon, that goes without saying. But, the Queen of Cards side quest is far too painful to ever consider. I was actually considering a little while ago actually doing it because one of the cards you can get from it does refine into something that raises your GF compatibilities, and my GF compatibilities are not going so well right now. Those 3 are fine. I don't care about her. That's okay. That's pretty good. I'm never gonna use him or her, whatever. That is atrocious. I don't know what the problem is there.
The square on the side indicates who has it.
Yeah, I mean, the GFs usually love Selfie in my experience. Why does this one hate her? Pandemona hates Squall, Cerberus hates Squall, which is unfortunate because I'm going to need Cerberus in the Ultima Weapon and Omega Weapon fights. Alexander hate... Alright, now I think the problem here is that I equipped Alexander and Doom Train on the same person. Now, I have no proof of this, but I have a suspicion that certain GFs, when equipped on the same person... Well, when a certain GF is equipped to one person, a countering GF will hate them. Like, that's why I think Shiva hates Irvin and Ifrit hates Squall. But, like I said, I have no way of proving that. I have no idea if that's true or not. To be fair, my GF junction system might actually be completely wrong. Like, for example... What's Alexander? Yeah, like Alexander has element defense times 4, but then so does Doom Train. So, really, I'm giving Selfie redundant abilities there, and... Originally, I had Siren on Squall, even though he didn't need status defense times 2 anymore, since Cerberus has status defense times 4. So I kind of switched her to Irvin, but I'm sure there are better GF junction systems out there. I'd actually suggest looking up one other than mine. Now, my compatibilities probably fell through partly because I haven't been using GFs much at all this playthrough, but, yeah, you might want to experiment yourself. Really, I only even base this system based on who I usually put them on anyway, and which GF abilities would... how to balance out the GF abilities well enough.
When I was young, I would use GFs all the time, because I thought they were cool.
I used them all the time because it was the only way I could win anything, because I didn't understand the junction system back then. That, and we used to put, like, all of them on Squall, except for, like, 3 of them. Like, I remember, on the one person, the person I'd usually use as my healer, I'd give them Quetzalcoatl, who else did I give them? I think Alexander, maybe? And maybe, like, Leviathan or something. Well, no, not Leviathan, even. And then the person who, like, your damage dealer, I just give them, like, Ifrit, Brothers. Maybe I gave them to Alexander. I honestly don't remember. But then Squall, he would get Shiva, Siren, Diablo, Carbuncle, Leviathan, Pandemona, Cerberus, Doom Train, Bahamut, Jumbo, Tonberry, and Eden. That was not a very good system I had going. But, yeah, experiment for yourself. My system is by no means perfect. In fact, it might even be considered by some to be terrible. But, thank you for watching. That's all we have for this one. In the next video, we will be going after Eden. Hoping that won't be too painful, because we're also going to be drawing 100 Ultimas for everyone. So, yay, that'll be fun. Doing that from a boss that has one-hit kill capabilities. But thank you for watching. Please join us next time.